Hello, this presentation is focused on the iCASP and Living with Water Catchment Telemetry Integration project. I'm Emma Brown, a Portfolio Manager for the Living with Water programme, and I'll be taking you through a quick introduction to the project, and my colleague Esen Kazemi, Postdoctoral Research Assistant at University of Sheffield, will be taking you through the rest of the presentation. The partners involved in this project are iCASP, Sheffield University and the members of the Living with Water Partnership, who are Hull City Council, East Riding of Yorkshire Council, Yorkshire Water and the Environment Agency. The initial idea for the project was to bring together the different telemetry data collected by the 4 different partners, all responsible for monitoring and managing different elements of the drainage network. As you can see from the example in the slide, the network in and around Hull is complex, with multiple changes in ownership, and as shown in this example, most small watercourses discharging into the sewer network. Over 88% of all surface water flows from the city go into the sewer network and is ultimately pumped out of the city at the sewage treatment works. Working closely with iCASP and the team at Sheffield University, we've defined the aim of the project to be the provision of a tool which pulls all of this data together and provides an early warning system. For example, heavy rain for 30 minutes in Cottingham will result in high sewer levels for the following 2 hours. We've worked closely to provide hundreds of thousands of data points and to further refine the important relationships that we think could give us valuable insights into improving our operational performance. In addition to this, the project will aim to provide recommendations for additional telemetry installation.
More than 200 time series of rainfall, water level and groundwater level data from across Hull and East Riding have been provided by the project partners. These time series are recorded with different sampling rate in various time periods and sometimes with gaps in the time series. Therefore, the data is cleansed, linked, combined and in some cases filtered and fed into machine learning models to explore the potential relationships between parameters such as rainfall and water level. Initially, self-organizing map is used to explore relationships within the data. The findings from this analysis will be used for the development of an early warning tool in the next steps of the project. Self-organizing map is a type of unsupervised artificial neural networks which is used for data clustering and is suitable for visualizing relationships and correlations within large datasets, especially when the data is sparse and incomplete. Self-organizing map produces a two-dimensional discretized representation of the input space called a map. A map is composed of a number of neurons or cells, as shown in the example on the right, and each cell corresponds to a group of samples or observations in the data. Each cell on the same position on different maps corresponds to the same group of observations. Therefore, in the example here, which is the classification of 1000 observations of children's age and height, we can see that these two parameters, age and height of children, are strongly correlated, as the cells with higher values, the red cells, are located at the same position on the maps, top of the maps, and the cells with lower values of these variables are again located at the same position, which is bottom of the maps. A part of the data is used here to develop self-organizing maps. The data from a rain gauge in Cottingham is analyzed with the data from several water level gauges in the open channel streams in Hull and East Riding, as well as the sewer network in the city. The table lists the gauges and the map shows their location. This is the result of the sum analysis of the data for a period of 1 year, that is 2017. Rainfall in Cottingham and water level in open channels as well as level in the sewer network are represented by 2D maps. The first obvious relationship that can be seen from these is the correlation between the rainfall in Cottingham and the water level in the sewer network. As shown by the circles, the red patch of cells on the rainfall map is at the same position of the similar patches on the maps of the water levels in the sewer network, such as LMO1 to LMO5, as well as the CSO at Anleby and the manhole at Dawson House. Similar patch is also seen on the map of the water level in Hessel, which is an open channel stream, but at a smaller degree. It means that the part of the water level in Hessel is correlated with the rainfall in Cottingham. But more than this, the water level in Hessel shows correlation with water level in Beverly Shipyard and Hull High Flags. The correlation between Hessel and Hull High Flags is particularly stronger as their maps are more similar, and this is because both gauges are located near Humber and therefore influenced by tide. The other gauge, Beverly Shipyard, only partially correlates with these two, while it has a stronger correlation with two other gauges, namely Helmholtz and Scarfdyke, which are both in the north. The sums of Helmholtz and Scarfdyke are quite similar, and this is not surprising as they are very close to each other. Another finding from these sums is that the wet well at Dunscombe Park shows no clear relationships with any other points. Therefore, we will simply exclude it in our next round of analysis. This is what self-organizing maps do for us, giving insights into the relationships between different elements of the system, and this will be a useful knowledge for the next steps of the analysis, which will be quantifying the relationships. Sums may not reveal all the relationships within the data, since there might be time-lagged relationships between parameters such as rainfall and water level. On the other hand, sums do not give us predictions of, for example, water level. However, the findings from sums are used for selecting the right parameters and locations to develop a prediction model with other machine learning algorithms such as the regression-based artificial neural networks. Currently, we are developing a prediction model to forecast water level from rainfall data. Here, we applied a feed-forward network to predict water level F hours ahead in the sewer network from the rainfall intensity in the last P hours. From the findings of the sums, 2 points are selected here, the rainfall data in Cottingham and the water level in the sewer network at LMO3 for a period of 28 months from March 2014 to June 2016. 85% of the time series was used to train and test the model, and 15% of it was used as unseen data to be predicted by the model. Several values of P and F were tested, and the best accuracy was achieved when we used the rainfall intensity in the last 3 hours for the prediction of water level at 30 minutes later. This figure shows the result of the prediction. Blue is the data and red is the predicted values. The figures at the bottom, which are 2 sections of the time series, show that the model was capable of predicting most of the water level rises, although some of them were underpredicted or overpredicted. Next, we will be developing more self-organizing maps to understand more about the system, with a focus on the points which may be more helpful for the project partners in their operational response. With regard to the prediction model, we will try to improve the accuracy of the model and increase the forecast horizon to be beyond 30 minutes. For this, first we need to improve the model which is used to detect the rainfall and water level events. Currently, the rainfall and water level values above a certain threshold are used for the input to the model, while a more advanced model to detect the events more adequately can increase the accuracy of the predictions. In addition, more advanced neural networks may also improve the accuracy of the model. Currently, feed-forward networks are applied, and we plan to use recurrent neural networks which have shown better performance for time series forecasting. Another issue that is particularly important for the operational teams is the prediction window. Currently, it is 30 minutes. Prediction window or forecast horizon is strongly related to the data which is used in the analysis, including more parameters as input, such as water level in the open channels which flow into the sewer network may increase the forecast horizon.
Just to close with some of the impacts from the project so far, As partners, we're all much more aware of the monitoring that exists across the catchment now, and with this, some of the restrictions and differences. For example, some monitors have 5-minute data, whilst others only provide data once per day. We're also starting to validate existing triggers and action plans by confirming the existence of relationships. And finally, our call to action is to invite anyone who's interested in the project or the opportunity to replicate it to please just get in touch. Thank you.